The Inspector General of Police have been urged to revisit all cases of kidnapping across Nigeria and take a keen interest in reported incidents, especially unresolved ones. Particular attention has been drawn to the case of Mr. Samuel Ofobreketa, a retired government official, with a call on the Delta State Police Command to intensify efforts in securing his release. This appeal was made by Barrister Frank Tietie, a legal practitioner, while addressing newsmen on the alarming rise in unresolved kidnapping cases in the country. He expressed concern that the Delta State Police Command may have lost interest in Mr. Ofobreketa's case. Despite its gravity, according to reports, Mr. Samuel Ofobreketa, a retired director of the Post-Primary Education Board in Asaba, was kidnapped by armed men on January 13, 2025 in front of his residence in Musoga near Sapele, Delta State. Tietie emphasized the government's responsibility to protect its citizens and urged law enforcement to expedite investigations into these crimes.
There must be accountability, and we believe strongly, and we speak on behalf of the family of Emmanuel Ofobreketa, that the police in Delta State no longer appears to be interested. That's why we sent the copy of this petition to the Inspector General of Police, which has been duly acknowledged. And we have called this press briefing to urge the Inspector General of Police, and in fact, appeal to the Inspector General of Police, that the narrative about unresolved kidnapping in Nigeria must change. It must change in the sense that it is no longer enough for families to dwell in anguish, remain in perpetual pain when they have made complaints to the police, and the police will abandon them to their fate. In this case, they've even gone further to employ the services of private tracking companies just to ensure that they track and know the fate of their loved one, Mr. Emmanuel Ofobreketa. The Delta State government must also take interest in the fact that we are talking about a retired director in the Post-Primary Education Board who 6 years after hasn't collected his pensions. Well, it could be as a result of the problems associated with the pension management company. However, the family of the man should not be left abandoned in this situation. That going to 3 months, a man was supposed to go to Asaba from a town called Musoga near Sapele, which is actually not much of a rural area. He's still unaccounted for.
Tietie alleged that findings revealed that a possible collaboration between some close associates of the victim and the ransom bearers, which might have prolonged his detention even after ransom payment. He further asserted that this revelation could provide the police with crucial lead to conduct their investigation and bring the perpetrators to justice.
After the kidnap incident, somebody offered to say, oh, we can negotiate with the kidnappers and we can carry whatever ransom they've asked for if you provide it, and take it to the kidnappers, and then we have your family member released. Unfortunately, the certain kidnap ransom was provided and given to a certain person, and then a tracking company was also employed to track the movements in the hope that this kidnap ransom also will be delivered and then also get the person rescued. Unfortunately, the results we got was that where the story being told by the ransom bearer, the so-called ransom bearer, is different, completely different from what was expected based on the said negotiation with the kidnappers. And so 2 days after the incident, along with the intelligence provided by a private tracking company, all indicates that a network involving the victim's close associate, I'm talking about Mr. Emmanuel Ofobreketa, who is a retired director from the Post-Primary Education Board of the Ministry of Education in Delta State, there became a clear evidence that there was some collaboration with by his close associates including the ransom bearers, with the actual kidnappers, who work together to ensure that after the ransom has been paid, 2 months after, he's still in the kidnappers' den. No word from them. But the sad part of it is that it appears that the Delta State Police Command has been totally overwhelmed and lost interest in the case. Yet the man is there. Our worry is this, and our expectation is that a responsible government must account for each and every individual citizen of its country. So our appeal, our strong appeal on behalf of the family of Mr. Emmanuel Ofobreketa, a retired director from the Post-Primary Education Board in the Delta State Ministry of Education, is that he should not be abandoned, and that his case should not be a forgotten matter. And we are using this as a case in focus to call on the Nigerian authorities that change the approach to governance, that put the Nigerian citizens first, and on that note, account for each and every citizen. It doesn't matter whether he's rich or poor, or so long as he is a Nigerian citizen, and to a large extent, whatever offense, crime is committed in Nigeria must be resolved by the police. The police must not give up. And even if the police in Delta State have given up, we have not given up on the Inspector General of Police, and we call on him on this matter to deploy the adequate resources to Delta State and have this man rescued.